Hi guys, in this video we're actually going to study about the importance of understanding your B2B customers. So if you're running an Amazon brand and some of your customers are B2B customers, it's extremely important to ensure that those customers are growing year over year as well. So everyone's actually tracking revenue, but having a breakdown of B2B versus non-B2B, makes it a lot easier for you to track that uh, which specific tier should I focus into, right? And of course, you have to focus on both tiers until and unless your product has got 99% non B2B or 99% B2B. But if you have got a ratio something like this, which is actually huge, 23%, and you can actually have a look at the sales as well. So it's around $500,000 for just 1 year. So it's actually, quite good, and it's a sales channel that cannot be ignored. So before understanding how to improve B2B sales, you have to understand how customers are buying it from. So B2B customers are actually going to Amazon business, creating an account, probably paying a decent annual subscription as well before going ahead and purchasing products. So what they're expecting, number one, is to have a good amount of quantity discounts. So for all of your products, and you can actually check your B2B products by customer segment as well, that which ones of your product have got the highest amount of B2B sales. You have to put in quantity tier discounts or business discounts first of all with that. So 489K translates to around 2917 orders. And that means that, if on non B2B, I've got an average order of 1.17 units, in here my average order goes to 2.41, which is $167. It's going to be extremely important just a minute later, so I'm going to dive into it, along the video. But first of all, let's dive into, how we can actually check a B2B optimization in a bit more detail. So it says that, Amazon Insights says that 63% of our listings have been regarded as B2B relevant. 8 of our products have potential to sell in bulk, and we can create case packs as well, which we haven't done as of yet because it's a bulky product. But we have tried virtual bundles, although they do not work great. Now, number second thing that you have to understand is, even with B2B, Amazon gives you data on, what's the breakdown amongst multiple B2B sectors. So education has got, it resulted in around 40K of sales. So it's very essential for a brand to understand that, okay, 40K, if $40,000 worth of sales are actually coming from educational sector, then even if I have to expand my channel and start uh, visiting trade shows, and how should that direction be, you already know how much sales are actually coming from education sector. Same goes for commercial, same goes for non-profit. If $13,000 worth of sales are coming from non-profit, you actually know that if I go to a trade show, in a non-profit trade show or an NGO trade show or an education sector trade show, you can actually make those connections and eventually start selling your product B2B to those customers as well. Moving down a bit ahead. Now, another thing that you have to understand, which is a very small point, but this also helps you understand, how much are they buying at once. So education sector has got an ASP of around $187, or an average order value AOV of around $187, while non-profit has got around $200. And although their volume is significantly lower, still, it will help me understand that, okay, it's not a huge difference, by the way. But if it's $110 of healthcare versus, let's say, non-profit $200, and let's say, the sales were same, that will make me understand that, okay, it's actually working a bit different. So healthcare does not require huge amount initially, but non-profit, they're able to buy the 1.8x of that average order value as well. So how do actually ensure that you're appearing in front of those business customers? So Amazon has given you Amazon business placements via sponsored ads as well. So you have to ensure that you are doing that. Now, number one thing is, of course, because you want to significantly increase your B2B customers and increase the number of sales. And number second, and why it makes more sense, is because the average order value in here is $167. So even if your cost per acquisition for whatever, if your cost per acquisition at $40 is, let's say, $5, with 4x worth of AOV, you can actually, sustain a $20 cost per acquisition as well on B2B orders, which you can never on non B2B orders, right? So you have to understand the pricing and understand the dynamics before ensuring that, how much am I willing to spend, and why am I willing to spend that much on a certain customer type. So uh, in order for you to actually create a sponsored product campaign, you just go in here and you click on Amazon Business, and then you create a campaign. And while you're creating a campaign, with Amazon Business, you can actually select it here as well. And of course, then when it comes to your products, you can go ahead and check, what are your top B2B products by customer segment. First of all, of course, the ones which have shown the most significant performance, uh, those are the ones that you should target first. And then when it comes to auto targeting, manual targeting, I'd say that it's much similar to how consumers perform, to how normal Amazon performs, and I think it's exactly the same as well, right? But the only thing that you have to do is you can afford a bit higher CPCs in here as well. So your default bids can be a bit higher too. Your bidding strategy can be a bit different too. You can actually go ahead and increase your top of search as well. The reason being because if your average order value is much higher, so in this case I would definitely be willing to spend more in terms of cost per acquisition because my average order value is higher. So that's extremely important when it comes to B2B. So if your brand has got a good B2B customer base, but you haven't explored how to improve that or how to capitalize on that yet, this is going to be a blueprint to help you get more customers. Thank you.